Marcus is smart. Not modestly, not does okay, provably smart. Top of the class, the guy in the meeting who sees the flaw in the plan before anyone finishes describing it. So when a friend brought him a can't-miss investment 3 years ago, Marcus did what smart people do. He researched it, nights of it, spreadsheets, forums, a model of his own, and he put in $12,000. Then it started to drop, and at every step down, Marcus had a reason. The market was wrong. The thesis was early, not incorrect. Selling now would be emotional, and he was not an emotional investor. Each reason was, on its own, intelligent. Each one was true enough to say out loud to another smart person and get a nod. He wrote it to about $2,000 before he stopped looking. Here is the part that should bother you. A less intelligent person would have lost that money faster and moved on. Marcus's intelligence didn't save him from the mistake. It financed it. It bought the mistake 3 more years and $10,000 more dollars. One excellent reason at a time. So here's the thesis, and it's going to sound wrong because everything about school taught you the opposite. Being smart does not protect you from bad money decisions. In some ways, it's the getaway car. Intelligence and good judgment are 2 different systems that we lazily call by one name. A researcher named Keith Stanovich gave the gap its own word, dysrationalia, because he got tired of watching high IQ people do genuinely irrational things and then defend them fluently. The tests we use to measure smart don't measure the thing that keeps you from talking yourself off a cliff. They might measure how well you argue on the way down, and a well-argued mistake is the most expensive kind there is, because nobody around you can talk you out of it, including you. So here's where we're going tonight. 3 ways your own intelligence quietly works against you the moment money is on the table. Then where that pattern was installed earlier than you'd guess. Then how to make money decisions your smarts can't sabotage, including a last move that sounds like the exact opposite of advice. Stop trying to be smart about money. Picture a courtroom. You've always assumed you're the judge in there, sitting above it, weighing the evidence, ruling on what's true. You're not. By the time you're aware of a decision, the judge has already ruled. It ruled in about a second, on a feeling, before you consciously knew there was a case. Your intelligence isn't the judge, it's the defense attorney, and it got handed the file after the verdict. Its entire job is to walk back into the room and make that verdict look airtight. The smarter you are, the better your lawyer. And a brilliant lawyer does not get you to the truth. A brilliant lawyer gets you an airtight alibi for what you were always going to do. The first way it works against you is the simplest. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The verdict comes first. The reasoning shows up second, dressed as the cause. Watch how you actually make a purchase you want. You don't sit down and ask neutrally, is this a good idea? You already know it's a good idea. You felt that in the store, in the first 2 seconds. What you do next is research. But look closely at the research. You aren't gathering evidence to reach a decision. You're gathering evidence to defend one. You don't type, is this worth it? You type the model number and the word review, and you keep scrolling until the internet agrees with you. And it always will eventually, because the internet agrees with everyone. Marcus didn't research whether to hold that investment. He researched why holding it was the sophisticated move. The verdict was in. He was just building the brief. Stanovich's uncomfortable finding is that raw brain power doesn't slow this down. It speeds it up. The higher your horsepower, the faster you can manufacture a reason for wherever your gut already parked. Intelligence is the engine. Judgment is the steering. We keep acting like they're the same part, and they were never the same part. The second way is worse because it's the one that makes you feel safe right up until the bill arrives. The smarter you are, the bigger your blind spot, not smaller. Marcus can take apart a coworker's bad money move in about 30 seconds. The lease he shouldn't sign, the crypto his brother-in-law swears by, the timeshare. Marcus sees straight through all of it, cleanly, and he's usually right. And that is exactly the trap, because the daily experience of spotting everyone else's blind spot quietly convinces you that you don't have one. There's a name for this. Researchers call it the bias blind spot, the ability to see distortion in other people's thinking while staying convinced your own view is just, accurate. And here's the twist that should stop you cold. Being smarter does not shrink that blind spot. In the studies, Cognitive ability barely touches it, and by some measures, the sharper you are, the wider it gets. It makes sense when you say it slowly. The better you are at building arguments, the better you are at building the one that proves you specifically are the clear-eyed exception. Your intelligence becomes character witness for your own objectivity. Marcus dismantled a friend's bad investment over dinner and drove home to hold his own, all the way down, and never once felt the contradiction. Nadia, same smarts, same job, same dinners, does one thing differently. She starts from the assumption that she is biased, today, right now, and builds around it. She doesn't trust that she'll catch herself. Same horsepower, she just doesn't let it testify on its own behalf. Which brings us to the third way, and this is the one nobody says out loud, because it isn't really about money at all. For a lot of smart people, being right is not something you do, it's who you are, and that turns every money mistake into an identity threat. Go back far enough and there's a kid who got told 1,000 times in 1,000 small ways, "You're the smart one," meant kindly, received as a job description, because a child can't hear "you're smart" as a neutral fact. A child hears it as the thing that makes them valuable, the currency they're loved in. And a kid running on that script learns fast that being wrong isn't just a mistake. It's a withdrawal from the one account that matters. So they get very, very good at not being wrong, at defending, at explaining, at never quite conceding the point. Then that kid grows up and buys a house, or a stock, or a truck. And when it goes bad, the loss on paper is the small part. The real threat is that admitting the mistake means, for one unbearable second, not being the smart one. So the lawyer works overtime, not to save the money's mostly gone, to save the self. That's what sunk cost really is underneath the textbook. It was never about the dollars you can't get back. It's about the person you'd have to stop being if you walked away. This is the money script under the whole episode, and it's quieter than the last one. No red envelopes, no panic. Just a smooth, reasonable voice that has never once let you lose an argument with yourself. And here's the part that should make you a little angry, because you did not install this one. Someone sells to it. Picture the man in the sharp suit again, the one with the too easy smile. He is not looking for the gullible. Gullible people are cautious. They've been burned and they know it. He's looking for you. He has learned that the surest way to move a smart person is to make them feel smart while he does it. So he doesn't pitch. He flatters your judgment. He calls it sophisticated. He uses the word accredited like a velvet rope. He builds the product complex enough that understanding it feels like belonging to something, because a smart person cannot resist a door marked insiders only. He isn't selling you the investment. He's selling your self-image back to you at a markup and letting your own lawyer close the deal. The jargon isn't there to inform you. It's there to give your defense attorney better material. He shakes your hand and your intelligence walks you the rest of the way in. So let's name the script, because a script you can name is a script you can finally interrupt. This is the I'd know script. It's the quiet, total confidence that someone as smart as you would obviously notice if you were fooling yourself. That having a reason is the same as being right. That your judgment, unlike everyone else's, comes pre-audited. Because look at you. And the cruel joke of the I'd know script is that the smarter you actually are, the more airtight it feels. And the longer you'll ride the mistake all the way to $2,000. And maybe your version was never a stock. Maybe it's the car you configured online for a month and then defended to your partner in a single fully formed paragraph. Maybe it's the course, the gear, the business expense that was really a want wearing a suit. Maybe it's the job you've stayed in 2 years too long because leaving would mean the last 5 years were a misread. And you don't misread. Different purchases, same lawyer. And if any of that lands too close, hear it clearly. This is not a character flaw, and it is definitely not stupidity. It's the opposite. It's a first-rate mind doing exactly what it was trained to do, pointed at the wrong target. And if you're thinking you'll simply get wiser with age and grow out of it, meet D. 64, sharp as a blade, the man everyone in the family calls for advice. D has made exactly one kind of mistake his whole life, the well-defended kind. The business partner he should have dropped and instead wrote a brilliant 3-page case for keeping. The house he over-improved because every single upgrade was individually justifiable. 4 decades of decisions, each one lawyered to perfection. Not one of them ever simply admitted as wrong. The reasons didn't get weaker as D got smarter. They got better. That's the thing about this one. It doesn't age out, it accumulates. Every year you spend trusting your own reasoning is a year your reasoning gets more persuasive and less checked. Wisdom isn't the lawyer getting better arguments. It's the day you stop letting the lawyer read the verdict. So how do you actually make a good money decision when the smartest person in the room is the one you can't trust? Not by being smarter. You cannot outthink a blind spot. That's what makes it a blind spot. You beat it with structure, not brain power. 4 moves, and the last one is the one that sounds backwards. First, make the judge rule before the lawyer shows up. Decide your rule in cold blood, in advance, when you have nothing to defend yet. The price you'll sell at, the number you'll walk away at, the rule that any purchase over some amount waits 72 hours. You write it down when you're calm and disinterested, because the version of you that's calm and disinterested is the closest thing to an actual judge you've got. Then when the moment comes and the lawyer starts talking, you're not making a decision, you're keeping an appointment you already made. Second, ask the one question your intelligence is built to skip. Not, why is this right? You can generate that in your sleep. That's the whole problem. Ask, what would make this wrong? Say it out loud. Build the case against yourself with the same energy you'd use to demolish your coworker's bad idea. If you cannot argue the other side convincingly, you have not made a decision, you've written a defense. The smartest thing a smart person can do is spend their horsepower prosecuting themselves for 10 minutes. Third, hire an outside judge. A rule, a checklist, an index fund, a spouse, an app, something that does not care in the slightest how smart you are and cannot be flattered by your reasons. The whole reason a boring automatic system beats brilliant judgment is that it can't be talked out of the plan by an eloquent lawyer at 11 at night. You're not admitting you're dumb, you're admitting you're human and building for it, which is the single most intelligent thing on this list. Nadia's outside judge is a rule she wrote down and one friend she has to text before any purchase over $1,000. Not for permission, just to say it out loud to someone who won't be dazzled by her reasons. Half the time, hearing herself explain it is the whole audit. And then the move that sounds like the opposite of advice. Stop trying to be smart about money. The goal was never sharper reasoning in the moment. The goal is to need your reasoning less. The best money decision is the one you made once, correctly in advance. The automatic transfer, the preset rule, the boring fund. So that today's clever, well-rested, extremely persuasive self never gets a vote at all. Brilliant and in the moment loses to dull and decided already, almost every time. You don't rise to the level of your intelligence, you fall to the level of your systems, so build good ones and let your genius go do something more interesting. And now the reframe, the part that sounds backwards. Your intelligence was never the problem. It was doing its job, building the best possible case, which is exactly what it's for. The problem was never the lawyer. It was letting the lawyer deliver the verdict. You don't need to be less smart. You need to move your intelligence back to where it actually helps, after the decision rule, not before it. Put in service of the plan instead of in defense of the impulse. That same sharp mind is the best asset you own. You never had to get dumber. You had to stop mistaking your defense attorney for a judge. Marcus, for what it's worth, wrote exactly one rule this year. A single line, the price at which he sells, no matter the story he's telling himself that day. He still feels the pull to defend, to explain, to hold one more quarter. The lawyer didn't quit, they never quit. But the rule rules now, not the reasons. He sold the position last month. First time in his life that being wrong cost him money instead of costing him himself. He said it was smaller than he expected. Being wrong usually is. It's the defending that's expensive. So the next time you catch yourself researching a decision you've clearly already made, piling up reasons, feeling that warm click of being obviously right, stop for 1 second and ask who you're building the case for. Because the smartest people alive are not the ones who never fool themselves. Everyone fools themselves. That part isn't optional. They're just the ones who finally stop believing they'd be the exception. The one line to remember tonight, having a reason is not the same as being right. And if you've ever watched yourself make a decision you knew, somewhere underneath, was a bad one, and done it anyway, with a flawless explanation ready, that gap between how smart you are and how you actually decide is the whole reason money scripts exist. There's a script running under every money move: the spending, the holding, the brilliant defense of both. Every week we find one and read it out loud with the research to back it. If tonight names something you felt but couldn't quite catch, subscribe, because the next script we read might be the one arguing in your head right now. Your money runs on a script. Now you can read it.